It's interesting when you look at the benefits that you see that they're receiving when they do invest in digitization. Again, it's follow the money, budget number one, right? Mm-hmm. They're actually able to have a handle on, be more predictive about, and be in control of their budgets way better, right? And that is such a big win. We did a big study for the Lean Construction Institute a couple years ago of owners. And we asked them, think about a typical project, and then think about the very best project that you've had in your organization in the last 5 years. And then we studied all the ways that they actually rolled it out and they managed it, and we looked at lean principles versus non-lean principles in order to try and put some quantification to that. But one of the really shocking things is when we asked them to profile the performance of a typical project and of their best project, and we looked across those 100 owners, even the best, just adding up all the best projects, 30% of them were over schedule, 20% of them were over budget.
For the best
They're
project.
best projects. Right. Oh my God. And so these aren't stupid people. This is hard to do.
Right.
Anything that can contribute to better cost control and better schedule performance should just be drop everything else, go there, pay attention to it, dig into it, right?
Yeah.
And so it was nice to see that the top benefits that they're reporting that they're getting, first, budget. And then the two that came after it, one is quality, meaning you didn't have to dial down scope anywhere because you had schedule or budget problems, which in 20 years in architecture, let me tell you, oh, did I deal with it. It was the rare project that moved through unscathed on that, where you didn't have to cut the millwork budget, you know. And then an element that is so important to owners that came out scoring very high is that end user satisfaction. You tend to think as an architect or a contractor that that person is the client. That person has a client, man. Mm-hmm. That person's got to do projects for everybody else in that organization. And the bigger the organization, the more of those internal clients they have. That's their job, relies on that end user's satisfaction, whether it's the department head or the dean or whatever it is in the organization. And so I'm really happy that we asked about that and that we were able to tie the use of technologies to much better user satisfaction coming out the back end. Another interesting thing which we asked about, and I'm glad we did too, was the reduction of unplanned rework. Because that is the iceberg on every project. Nobody really talks about it, nobody knows how to plan for it, but it's those things that end up happening that end up in rework being required on jobs. And they are so toxic to everybody's performance. They're toxic to the schedule, they're toxic to the cost, they're toxic to the quality, they're toxic to the engineers and the architects' budgets who have to redesign.
The vendor relationship.
It's hard on everybody, and the degree to which, by implementing these tools, they're reducing that, oh man, that's so important.